my personal mentor at heart. We'll hear from here in a little bit. So I'm looking forward to making Kentucky Kingdom as best as possible for all of our fans and the community people like you. If you didn't notice, it's March. Today's actually the first day of spring. So, bam! We got here. Don't worry about it. Congratulations! Welcome to the first annual King Louis Spring Walkthrough. Awesome. So all the proceeds from today go to Give Kids the World Village. If you're not familiar, they do quite a magical thing, a great charity to be working with Capital and Illinois. And they really help Make-A-Wish kids and other families who need much for purchasing tickets for today's event. This is where all the proceeds go to. So if you haven't heard anything about them or you're not familiar, please look it up on their website. It's really worth it. I think we shout it here. It's really magical what they do. We've got a special deal for you guys all summer long. Tickets only $29.95. That's a two-day consecutive ticket with free soft drinks just for you guys. So this is a special link. We'll send out the link. We're going to actually send out the whole presentation. So don't worry, we'll send it to you. We'll bombard you all this summer. But you won't need the ticket link because you're going to get a season pass. They're on sale right now, only $54.95. If you haven't bought your pass, buy it now. It's right to go up. It's going to go up. If you buy right now, you also get one Bring a Friend free ticket per pass that you buy, and you'll be able to use that Bring a Friend free ticket on one weekday in June. So really great value right now, $54.95. Comes with all the benefits you love: free parking, 20% off food and merchandise, loads of other in-park discounts. You gotta get one if you haven't already. I know hopefully some of you probably have the extension passes and things like that, but always buy early for best price. Woo! We got a lot of fun things coming back to Kentucky Kingdom this year that we're able to operate in a safe and healthy way. One of those being the Sea Lion Splash Show. Little baby avocado sea lion is now 5. She's coming back and she's going to be part of the main show. I've watched her grow up. She's kind of a little Ava. So you'll have to come see the performance. It's going to be a little refresh, so a little bit different than what we've done in the past with the same cute little sea lion antics that everybody loves. Also bringing back this baddie, the giant wheel will be back. Super big, iconic, right? We're bringing it back. It's going to be operating. We're going to operate it in a safe and healthy way so that you and your family can ride it together. It's also getting a brand new operating system. So it's going to be more reliable than ever before. So she's been revamped, given a little TLC hugs every day. Lights going to be great. Not right now. But like, hang in there. Okay, we'll get there. And so Keys to the Canceled Kingdom is already sold out. But this event, Keys to the Kingdom, those tickets go on sale live today. If you buy today, you get $5 off. It's KentuckyKingdom.com/KTTK. All right, buy today. That's $5 off of the $60 regular ticket price. Or if you have a season pass holder, the regular price for this ticket is $40, but you get $5 off that. So if you're doing it, do it today. All right, buy in. We're going to be, as you guys achieve and level up, we're going to release what the activities are going to be and show you the itinerary as we get closer. So, what's the date? June 6th. June 6th. Good question. June 6th. Yep. So we're going to be unveiling activities and things. We also are going to have a form available for volunteers to sign up if they're interested in having their art displayed, or if you're interested in being part of our panel conversation. We're going to have that open and available for volunteers. Our team will be going through and selecting the best fit for this event, but you will be able to volunteer and throw your name in the ring if you're interested in doing that. But looking forward to having a great event. It's going to have everything that you loved about last year, and maybe even a little bit more. So we're going to make it happen. I'm over operations and food services now, so I'm really going to be able to make some magic. And coming up with a custom menu just for you guys. Yeah.
So the biggest question we have gotten in the group,
Yeah.
will there be vegetarian options and options for people that have dietary needs?
Yeah, we should. Yeah, we can do that. We'll make it happen.
Because that's just been the biggest concern, and I get their concern, because I mean, as a person who doesn't have that, I don't see that, but they
Yeah.
would like to this, and they would like to see more of this to sell.
Got it. Yeah, we definitely have options that we can work on. I've kind of had that on my radar to make sure, and we'll figure out whether it may be something that we can offer right on the line for everybody if they so choose. So we'll work on that. That's doable. Please, always send in your feedback. That's a good one. Thank you. Nothing like a little preparation so that I'm not the day of. Find a veggie burger.
Well, but I get their concern, because, I mean, it must be a struggle, you know.
No, I totally get it.
And I agree with them.
That's a great point.
I was gonna say in the Mexican place, don't they have like you get veggie burritos instead of
Yes, because
veggie
actually,
bowls and stuff like that?
yeah, you can do a bowl of rice, or I believe,
Yeah, veggie.
yes, you can do the bowl or the salad, or the nachos. Still working on the allergy guide for this year, bear with me. We've got quite a few treats coming up this year, but you'll see that next week. So yeah, the form will be going out, Carly's working on that, so she'll have that. And like I said, $5 off, Keys to the Kingdom today only. Maximize, KentuckyKingdom.com/KTTK. Hey, Boo Boo Bear. Any Yogi Bear fans? Hey, Boo Boo. Awesome, so we're bringing in Yogi Bear to the 5D cinema, I promise, and the choices that we have for 5D cinema is so good one. So we're bringing it in. It's going to be a really fun show, great for families. We're going to be able to operate the 5D cinema in a safe and healthy way, so we're excited to bring that back online this year. So yeah, it's going to be a hoot and a holler. So, and if the air conditioning is still as good as ever. So Jefferson made me swear that I would not unleash our menu adjustments this year, but I've been in the kitchen, whipping up some magic with the Hershin chef. Our food team's worked very hard at sampling new items and creating new menus and new concepts that are going to go into the park. And a lot of the things that we're going to do are, some are simple, some are no-brainers, like, sorry, I can't tell you, but they're simple things that you should have on the menu. Did they tell you any of the food locations on the tour?
Yeah.
They tell you about coffee and cones?
Yeah.
They did not. Where's coffee and coffee?
Oh my God, I done blew it.
They told us about that Scoops is moving over here, but they didn't say
Yes,
anything about
moving scoops, we gotta free up some space.
I have a
Scoops for
question.
Something special. Yeah.
So what are the new adjustments?
You gotta stay tuned, you gotta get your season pass and come see. Because I'm telling you, I'm adding basically all the food items that we're adding are old ones that I would go eat for lunch, so I promise they're gonna be good. They're the kind of things you're gonna, ooh, yeah. So modifying, taking what we're doing and adding a new layer to it. So I can say, like Scoops, for example, getting a bigger, it's gonna have an opportunity to have more flavors of hard dipped ice cream. You know, just doing some no-brainer things that make a lot of sense that are going to be, that are theme park staples that have been missing. I can go ahead and tell you in our, we're still in Pepsi Park. Yay. Okay. You get Mountain Dew, you get Big Red, you get Dr. Pepper, you get Gatorade.
Yay!
You get Starbucks products, just throwing it out. Yeah, we're gonna have a couple special Mountain Dew flavors for sale in our retail shops by the bottle. That would be Baja Blast and Mountain Dew Major Melon. Yeah.
So another big question that we've gotten is, which I know probably will happen this year, but is Hershin looking at the possibility of expanding their meal programs that they have like at Dollywood and Silver Dollar City?
Oh my God, absolutely. We're not gonna do that this year. I do apologize. We're really trying to get it spin and do it right. But yes, we're only scratching the surface of what we can do. We're gonna do a couple things that we can knock out easy, no-brainer, that our guests deserve to have, like sweet tea. However, the sweet tea is gonna be the bottom. But what?
Are you able to play the onion trade work at?
I should have put that in. I apologize. Email jrichards@kentucykingdom.com. Yes.
So far it sounds like Hershin, ever since this has happened, has been head on, just right into this ever since the sale went through.
Yeah.
Does it seem the same way for the employees here, that Hershin's just all in right out of the gate?
Yeah. I mean, I feel like, I've been talking with, they call their corporate office the Property Support Center, so that's what they do, they support their properties. been talking with Property Sports Center since before Christmas to get some of these things rolling and making sure that not only are we hitting the safety standards, are we offering a great experience for our guests, are we maximizing the options and the experience that's available. So it's been an ongoing process, and we know what we're doing this year is a step. The journey is long. It's a step in that direction. It's a step towards getting world really amping up and elevating our current brand. We're stepping in that direction. Is every retail item in the retail shop going to be new and great and beautiful? No, but we're going to get there. We're going to get there. We're going to get through. We got to get through some of our inventory and work through some of the things that we need to do on the back end to make it happen. But that opens us up for more and more opportunity. So a lot of the food, I'm thrilled and pumped about our food menu changes, but it's just a step. We have plenty more steps to go. And I promise, I wish I could say them all right now, but I promise Jefferson that I would let him tease them on social media. So I will say we have access to all the recipes, and we now share the same executive chef. So just saying. So lots of great things happening. One, I can tell you that he told me a lot to say is we're bringing back Icy. Icy
Yes.
Park. Yeah.
Yes.
So we have slushies right now, and they're good and fine, but we're bringing back Icy. They're the best. We know they're the best. So we're gonna have Pepsi Ices, Mountain Dew Ices, and then all kinds of other flavors. It's gonna be really cool. Really good experience. Yes.
Are you guys gonna have like some kind of meal, like daily meal plan possibly coming out, or pass?
We won't, it's not planning on it for this year, but that's definitely something that we need to program in. There's a lot of things that we have to adjust in our admissions programming in order to get those sorts of things to fall in line and fall accordingly. That's definitely on the horizon.
And then one other question is,
Yeah.
are you guys gonna update the website?
I hope so.
Jefferson did state that is in the plans, but not for right now.
Yeah, I think it is my understanding that the Hershey team is working on it in the background as we speak. When we're going to unveil a new website, it's TBD. But is that something that's going to happen? Absolutely. Cool. So that's. Oh yeah, sorry.
Well, in terms of rides, are you going to be offering some sort of fast lane or a fast pass?
Not putting in a fast pass situation this year, but I would see as an operator, no reason why we wouldn't try to do something like that. It requires a lot of infrastructure changes and queue line adjustments, so we want to see that. But there's no reason to believe there's no reason not to believe that all of these things aren't on the horizon for Kentucky and
Especially if you get
seasons. Exactly. You nailed it. We gotta get the people in, gotta get through COVID, right? And then we can really get it going. Let me keep going. You'll have plenty of time to ask me questions, I promise. You didn't think Hershey was going to buy this park and not put in a coaster, right?
No.
They're going to give us a coaster. Yeah, so Hershey definitely wants to put in a wooden coaster, right? They're going to give us a wooden coaster.
Woo!
We're going to give you a wooden coaster and you a wooden coaster. You're all getting wooden coasters today. We'll be passing those out at the end. You'll be an owner of your very own wooden coaster. Congratulations. You already know Jefferson came up with that idea. He called me this morning to make sure I delivered the joke correctly. It's fine. Excellent. Yes.
So before I forget,
Yeah, go ahead.
this did come from a member of the group. They wanted to say sincere that they are extremely excited for this year. They were sad they couldn't make it to Winter Walkthroughs.
Oh, okay.
And that they really appreciated that Kentucky Kingdom went above and beyond last year and this year in improving and providing COVID-19 safety procedures.
Yeah.
And I meant to tell you that they really wanted to say that personally to you, that they were here.
Yeah,
That they were
absolutely.
really happy and excited to see for the new year, 2021.
Yeah, well, thank you. We're still working on it, and we'll kind of get to some of that, kind of trying to wait until we get closer to opening to announce our full COVID plan, but you can pretty much assume that most things are going to be the same as last year. We'll still have the same amped up sanitation. Masks will not be required outdoors as long as you're social distancing. The last piece that we're working on is trying to get more capacity back on our rides. right? Yeah. We want to operate all the trains, we want to get those lines out. So we're working on what that means and what that's going to require of our guests. But that's only not to make the experience worse, but to make the wait time shorter for everybody. So we're working on that. Keep your eyes peeled. We'll be releasing that right before we open to make sure that we get the best, most updated procedures before we go to season. So stay tuned. So, you know, Kentucky Kingdom couldn't be what it is, and wouldn't have even been interesting to a company like Hershon Family Entertainment if it weren't for people like you who share the positive word of mouth, who spread the word, who are supporters, our fans, come to our defense and share the magic and the good times that you have here at the park. So we thank you. We wouldn't have been nearly as appealing without people like you sharing our message and coming to visit the park. So, you know, and with Hershon Family Entertainment being the majority owner of Kentucky Kingdom now, we're entering upon a new era. But you know, Ed Hart was very particular when he even pursued. He wasn't sure what he wanted to do with the park, but he's always been concerned about his legacy. He wanted it to outlive him for decades and decades and decades. So he didn't want to have to worry about that. And he wanted to do what was best for the longevity of the park. And so when he found that in Hershon Family Entertainment, and he sought them out to say, hey, you guys are a great amusement operator. You guys interested? And boy, were they interested. So I've got a couple words from Ed Hart. You know, he loves and adores the fans and people like you. So, and he always loves speaking at events like these. So I've got a message from him.
Welcome everyone, I'm Ed Hart, the proud founder of Kentucky Kingdom. Well, actually I'm not the founder, since the park first opened in 1987 and I wasn't involved. At that time, Kentucky Kingdom was a small 10-acre kiddie park with only one coaster. It was marketed as Disney Comes to Kentucky, but promptly went bankrupt. Maybe that had something to do with the fact that Disney isn't exactly known for operating small kiddie parks. So I'm not the founder of Kentucky Kingdom, but my team and I can take credit for twice saving the park from the wrecking ball. The first time was in 1990, after the original Kentucky Kingdom had been closed for 2 years. We did it again in 2014. The park was closed for 4 years and we brought it back, but bigger and better than ever before. Now we face a new challenge. How to take Kentucky Kingdom and Hurricane Bay to the next level. How does the park broaden its brand and extend its reach not only to more thrill park enthusiasts, but also to those looking to spend a fun day together with family and friends. For me, the company that runs some of the best parks anywhere in the world, parks with something for everyone, is Hershon Family Entertainment. I reached out to Hershon last fall to gauge their interest in Kentucky Kingdom, and here we are. Hershon now has a majority stake in Kentucky Kingdom, and the park is now in their capable hands. I had 3 important criteria in mind when I made the decision to go with Hershon. 1, my belief that Hershon is the best company in the industry to build on Kentucky Kingdom's legacy. We worked so hard to establish that legacy, and also we wanted to make sure somebody could come along to zero in on broadening the park's appeal. 2, my pride in our management team, many of whom you have gotten to know personally. I wanted to make sure that our young and enthusiastic amuserators were placed in the right hands, especially with regard to the safety and guest experiences. And 3, my desire to get a fair price, which we did. So that's it. We've reached another milestone in the history of Kentucky Kingdom, but we could never have done it without you. Your enthusiastic support of the park through social media and word of mouth has been instrumental in Kentucky Kingdom's success. And for that, and to all of you, I'm deeply grateful. As some of you may or may not know, my partner and I have produced 12 feature films. So I'd like to draw on my love of cinema to give you some parting words. And I'm paraphrasing here from the ending of a great movie classic, Casablanca. So speaking for our entire team at Kentucky Kingdom, this isn't goodbye, but the beginning of a beautiful friendship.
And his mentorship and his guidance and making sure that people like me, Marley, and Jefferson, and all of us that you guys interact with intimately, you know, we're taken care of and a part of this new adventure for Kentucky Kingdom. So I'm thrilled on a personal level to be able to expand my career, and our team has many opportunities within the Hershon Family Entertainment Company. But Kentucky Kingdom is going to continue to elevate and grow and build on what we've already done and what we've accomplished. All good. to grow, and now we've got somebody who's willing to put in the investment and do what it takes to elevate our brand and really provide experiences that are going to be impactful from ages 2 to 92, and everything in between. If you don't know, one of Hershey Family Entertainment's mottos is creating memories worth repeating. Well, Kentucky Kingdom's been doing that, but we're going to continue to do that in a way that offers more appeal for families and builds around the great thrill rides and attractions that we have, and offers a bigger and better experience than we've ever done before. We're going to continue to grow and to build this park, and it's going to last for many generations to come. So I've got a little bit to show you in case you're not familiar with Hershey. I got a little bit of something to show you what they're about. They own more than 20 properties across the United States and in North America, as well as some of those shows and online brands and Splash and Bubbles and Chubbington. You know, the Harlem Globetrotters, the Aquarius, the theme parks. They are masters at creating memories worth repeating, no matter which way they go about it. And so we're so excited to be part of that brand and part of that experience, and to use their expertise and their guidance. Their corporate office is called the Property Sports Center. I had mentioned I've been talking to the Property Sports Center since right before Christmas. There's a whole team that's behind our management team helping us excel and exceed our guests' expectations and to build a better experience at Kentucky Kingdom each and every day. So we lean on their support and their guidance and their expertise, but are still going to be able to be Kentucky Kingdom and have the voice of Kentucky Kingdom and continue to build on what makes sense for Kentucky Kingdom. There's only one Dollywood. There only will ever be one Dollywood. We're not going to turn Kentucky Kingdom into Dollywood. We're going to keep Kentucky Kingdom, but it's going to be the best it can be, and it's going to continue to build, add, improve, and do whatever it takes so that we can best serve our guests and continue to create those memories worth repeating for many generations to come. So it's an exciting time and a new era in the park. So we're so thrilled to be part of that family. And truly, we even had the CEO of Hershey was here a couple days ago, and he was welcoming us to the family and really teaching us what Hershey is all about and telling us about the culture and the expectations. And it's exciting. It's an exciting time, and we couldn't feel like we had found any more of a better fit. It's truly been a great experience throughout this transition. A little crazy, my phone's ringing off the hook quite a bit, but all in all, it's been great, and it's been really fun, and we're just getting started. Yeah.
So, I'm curious to your personal opinion.
Yes.
Or your personal feelings about it.
Yeah.
When Ed probably walked up to you, how do you and the team, like actually personally, besides work, obviously your love and affection for Kentucky Kingdom and like the rest of us, what was your personal feelings when you first heard Ed's talking to Hershey Entertainment?
So we had some rumors going on, and Ed sat down the executive team and said, like, he's like, I'm not selling the park, I would never sell the park, I'm gonna operate it next year. That was in October. Our whole management staff was furloughed for several months over the winter, which was hard, you know, but in it to win it, our team was dedicated. And so we were brought back in January, and that's when Hershey took over. So most of our staff found out after the day they came back from furlough what was going on. So, but I found out, Ed called me and asked me to come in and meet with them, and he told me about it, and I just like, it's almost like I've always feared the day that Ed was going to tell me he was going to sell the park. Because I was scared, I was nervous. I was like, you know, Ed has been a great mentor to me, a friend. I have countless stories of hilarity about him, but also couldn't be more thankful, you know, for his guidance and his expertise and everything he's enabled me to do. So for me personally, when he told me that, I was like, nervous. Like, he was like, are you okay? Like, you gonna be all right? I was like, he was like, are you gonna cry? And I didn't cry, but probably could have. But, you know, but it was something that he was so confident in what he knew Hershey was going to be able to come in and do, what they were going to do, that he was able to, you know, kind of like give me some insight into that and say, it's going to be okay. This is going to be good for you. It's going to be good for you. It's going to be good for everybody. It's going to be good for the park. He was like, this will keep us from having to worry about, we don't have to furlough the staff again. You know, we can be stable. That's music to my ears. You know, we're going to be stable, and we're going to build the longevity of the park so that it will long surpass. And it long surpasses all of this room, and that's the goal. He was worried about the legacy. He didn't want what he had built to end with him, and he didn't want it to end up in hands that he didn't want it to be in. So he went out and got the hands that he wanted in there, and he made that happen. And it's been a process, and so, but he's been patient. It's been you can imagine this course of this transaction to make Hershey Family Entertainment the majority owner was almost a 5-6 month process, right? Which is crazy. More complicated than buying a house. Yeah.
Question from one of our live stream viewers.
Yeah.
He wants to know if you guys are going to get a premier, like, family launch coaster in the future.
I would love to get one. I really think we need a launch coaster.
Yeah.
Anybody who would ride a launch coaster? All right, great.
Well, we'll be that's one of the big lists.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. No, absolutely. It would be interesting, you know, it just, as long as that launch is going to launch every time consistently. Whoa! Go ahead.
So, one more question.
Yeah.
Will Ed Hart be still here this year, or is this like that he's no longer going to be much of the park much?
Yeah. So technically, Ed Hart currently is still a minority owner. Him and his partners and his original investors of Kentucky Kingdom, they own a minority stake. So he's still kind of a consultant for us, and he still has, like, his heart is still in it. He's not going to be on property, and he's not going to be making the decisions about the company, but he works very closely with our new general manager, Craig, who I've got a message from here in a minute. But yeah, so I have a new boss. His name is Carter Ross. He was the former president of Dollywood for the last 10 years, and really took Dollywood to the next level, and really like increased their attendance, tripled their revenue, and really took them to the next level. He's the mastermind behind, one of the masterminds behind Dream More Resort and some of the other things that they've done down at Dollywood. And you know, he brought in Lightning Rod, and so he built Wildwood Grove. Like, that was all under his purview. So he's very experienced.
That's amazing.
Yeah, and I'm thrilled to have another so accomplished mentor and somebody to learn from, and Kentucky Kingdom is in really good hands.
Well, we should call this Kentucky Kingdom Level Up.
Yeah, exactly. That's basically what's happened. Yes.
I heard you say that Keys to the Kingdom tickets are going on sale today, but I was on the website, I didn't see anything.
On that indicator, you have to go to KentuckyKingdom.com/KTTK. KTTK.
Kentucky Kingdom.com/keys to the Kingdom.
Yes. TK. They'll be there, don't worry, there's no cat. Yes.
Going back to Ed.
Yeah.
Was he, I know like with COVID and everything, this might have made things come a little quicker.
Yeah.
Has he been thinking about this within the past few years of wanting to sell, or did COVID accelerate that, or?
Yeah, I think he, like I said, I think he was worried about the longevity of the park and the legacy that was being left. COVID definitely expedited that because we obviously did not hit our financial goals last year, which makes it more problematic to invest. And that's what, the park needs investment in order to, you know, in order to sustain it. It needs a certain level in order to keep it looking nice and to keep it so. And so it's been difficult because the park was closed for so long. It took such a big investment initially, and it's still kind of getting its sea legs, if you will, getting back to being completely financially stable. So because of that, it's like, COVID is really what kind of took that, you know, his investment plan and kind of rocked it, basically. So, and so I think for him personally, that's some of what, but a large piece of it is really just the legacy of Kentucky Kingdom. You know, he could have went about the investment. He's a master. He could have gotten it, but he also wanted to take care of the brand of the park for the long term, and knew that that was the best for the long term success. Good question. Awesome. All right. Without further ado, I'm gonna let. Oh, yeah.
I don't have a question, Josie, but I have a statement I'd like to make.
Make your statement.
Make my statement. Can I stand?
Yeah. Go ahead.
Okay. So we've been to several Hershey properties before, and I just want to say that anytime we've ever gone to any of them, we've always been treated just like family. And that even includes the first time that Wildcat Coasters came to Kentucky Kingdom. You guys treated us just like one of your own.
Yeah.
And I want to say thank you so much for that. And I'm super excited to see what the future has to bring to the park. So I want to thank your entire staff for everything you guys do. So thank you so much.
You know, I love having you guys. Like, you guys all come in. My friends are here. Like, it's so exciting. It's like, oh, they came into this. It's so good. So I love having these special events and having opportunities to, you know, get together as a group and do something special because you guys are very special to us. So, so we appreciate all the love and support.
I have a question.
Yeah.
In the trailer, why were people screaming a wild eagle? How do you scream on that? Like, I tried to be thrilled. It didn't really work.
I don't know.
That's a good question. I will email Molly Burton. Thank you. Just kidding. Awesome. I'm gonna, without further ado, let you hear a little word from our new general manager, Mr. Craig Ross.
Hi, I'm Craig Ross. Thank you so much for your interest in Kentucky Kingdom and for sharing our excitement for what is in store for this iconic park. I'm so honored to be here in the beautiful and historic city of Louisville and to help reopen the park and further develop the exceptional 30-year legacy that is Kentucky Kingdom. What you know and love about the park is here to stay. And I know that I speak on behalf of the entire Hershey team when I say we're very much looking forward to working alongside the community here to build a bright future for this beloved park, along with our employees and our guests. Our team really wants to hear from you as we plan for the future. Your feedback and your ideas are very important to our future planning, and we will be listening to each and every one of you. Kentucky Kingdom is starting a new exciting chapter, and we can't wait to welcome you back for the 2021 season starting on May 8th. I look forward to seeing you soon.
So probably thought it's been this is a big push. This is Hershey's first kind of initiative in the marketing realm for Kentucky Kingdom. They want to know what this community sees and what the fans want and what the visitors want and what our guests want to see. You know, it's very important to us. It's very important to Hershey. Of course, Jefferson made this presentation, so I'd be remiss if I didn't tell you to follow us on all of our social media platforms. You know, it costs you nothing to like our Facebook, to share our posts, to like our pictures on Instagram, hit that retweet. All right,
This is
so
something
I'm not
that
playing.
on Twitter.
I was like, yeah, you better get into it. If you're not already in it, get into it. I occasionally tweet my own things once in a while. If you want to follow me, Jen's hilarious. Probably funny. We'll talk to you. We love talking to and communicating, so follow us. Twitter's a great place to do that. No need to slide into my Facebook DMs. I don't check Facebook, so I'm not even trying. I'm a little bit more active on Twitter, so. But yeah, awesome. We love to hear from you guys, so please connect with us, follow us, all that good stuff. Now, I'll take questions. You guys have been a very active group. I love it. Please ask away. Yes.
So I know Craig and I made the statement that they're looking at the Halloween Christmas. Is that still true?
Yeah, I was gonna say something about that. So, you know, the Hershend way of building on experiences and creating more value for season passes and tickets, things like that, is extending the season, making it longer, and implementing festivals and special events. So I would totally imagine that all those things are on the horizon for Kentucky Kingdom. Who would come to Kentucky Kingdom Christmas? Oh my God, great.
That's Kentucky, we've never had Christmas.
No.
So this would be like if they actually was history at this point.
Yeah, crazy. Or like, you know, are we fans of pumpkin illuminance? That's kind of cute, right?
Oh, John, I might be
Or
like,
like
oh,
flower and food festival.
Where's our pretty Kentucky Kingdom looks like if all the snow?
Oh, you want to know what it looks like?
Yeah.
Magic.
Safety checks on their side. No.
Yes, buddy, what you got?
Are you guys gonna focus on?
I have a decent amount that already kind of exists naturally that is conducive to doing nighttime events, but in terms of making it like beautiful and things like that, absolutely. I think that will definitely come with more and more events that we start adding and layering in. You know, no major light packages or anything in place right now in the plans, but I'm telling you that stuff is gonna work its way in over time. Yes?
So, with all the coronavirus and all this stuff, how long are you guys gonna be like staying open for like nighttime? Like how long? Like
Yeah.
this to that?
Good question. Good question. Because we're still coming out of the pandemic, which when I say we're coming out of it, we're at the end. Vaccines are going well in Kentucky, so. We plan to operate until about 7 p.m. on the weeknights and 8 p.m. on the weekends. We know that's short. We know that. We gotta get get things going. We gotta get some things done, and we need to get through through COVID and through everything and make sure that before we go out and start spending more money on operations, that we're gonna get the money back and be smart about it. And it also takes a lot of employees to operate late. And I don't know if you knew this, but UPS and Amazon are also big employers in our area. So we're working on some things to really try to build that up. So tell your friends to work for us is the best. Yes.
So will there ever be Kentucky Kingdom night rides?
Yes, there will. There may, don't quote me, but we may have some special events this summer. We're doing some late night events. It's definitely in the car. It's coming. I'm telling you right now, all the things you want, it's coming. You just gotta work it out so that it makes sense and then just do it right. Right? We do it well.
Storm chaser at night.
Yeah.
Right? That's what I do every night. I'm experiencing. Go ahead, Steve.
With sharing the parking lot with the exposition center, what kind of challenges have you guys faced recently with that? Like, have they had any pushback with the sale? Have you guys experienced any of that? Or
Actually, you know, the Kentucky State Fair Board is who owns and facilitates kind of the property that we're on. We have like a lease that we're, technically it's like a 100-year lease, whatever it is. So we can do whatever we need to do inside the gates. But with that process, they're definitely heavily involved, which is why the governor was actually at a press conference. Hershend's did a great job of working with those government agencies. You know, they're very well versed in doing that in the states that they're in, and you know, and of course has all at heart had all these connections that he worked in. So the state, the city, all the government agencies were heavily involved in kind of putting their thumbs up on this process, which means we've started out on really solid ground going forward. So, you know, the governor is excited about this transition, the mayor is excited about this transition, the Kentucky State Fair Board's excited, so everybody's behind Hershend and gonna do whatever it takes to operate it. So we haven't had a lot of struggles recently with parking and things, and we've been working out really really copacetically and getting what we need, and, you know, it's been a nice working relationship, and I think it will continue to be that way. Ed Hart really set us up a few years ago in some of the adjustments he made in the plans, and worked with, former governor at the time, and some of the Secretary of Tourism, the Secretary of Finance, you know, he's had a lot of contact. Okay, funny story. Flashback to March of last year. Ed Hart getting ready to sign the deposit check to RMC. Fred Grubb is calling us every day. We're into it, we're doing the RMC, gonna put the deposit. And then something called the coronavirus comes into the US, literally the week that we were getting ready to put a deposit down on the coaster. And then, flash forward like another 6 months, we heard Silverwood Theme Park announce that they're getting an RMC Raptor. That was ours. Yeah, that was ours. So I called my buddy, the director of marketing, and said, hey, enjoy that RMC. You're welcome. They got a really good deal on it.
I think that was some tickets now, still in the cellar.
So I said, you gotta go to Silverwood, you gotta ride the ride, but close your eyes and pretend you're here. Right? But that was one of the ideas that we had for that area next to Eye of the Storm. That's definitely, that whole, I would say the whole Carousel Courtyard to Storm Chaser to Raging Rapids, pretty decent chunk of land. It's definitely high on the list for renovation and refurbishment. Absolutely. It's so much opportunity and space for like amped up experiences, and you know, we talk about festivals, we talk about special events. There's some opportunity there to make some of that happen. So definitely on the list. Yes, sir.
Going back to the Christmas event, Kings
Yeah.
Island, they run Mystic Timbers and sometimes quite a few.
Yeah.
Are any of the coasters here capable of running in colder temperatures to run through a Christmas event?
That's a good question. I'm gonna say, loosely speaking, I would say I'm sure we can make some things happen.
Depends on how cold it gets.
Yeah, it's gonna depend for sure. Definitely won't be a lightning round, I can tell you that. But we'll see. I'm not exactly sure. I would be optimistic about Kentucky Flyer. I'm sure Gravity Group would work with us too to make sure we do what we need to do. And I would be optimistic about Thunder Run, but I can't guarantee any of that, as we've never tried to run any of them in December, but I'm sure we'll make some things happen. And, who knows, maybe by then we'll have our own indoor coaster, I don't know. Yes?
What about a Storm Chaser?
Maybe. I'm not gonna say no, but it's very steel, and steel is a lot more sensitive to the cold as a material, so I wouldn't be too optimistic that it'd be able to operate at super, super cold temps, but we also don't get a very heavy winter usually until we get to January. So it just is gonna depend on the season too. Yes?
So I just know Ed had a legacy about like Hero and say about the roller coaster.
Yeah.
That's his like legacy with that's thing ever to Hero. That being said, we know Ocean's more like, I guess, parade, family, you know, entertainment, stuff like that. And then all it has like a thing like every 2-3 years we always got like a coaster or
Yeah.
do you see Ocean following that path with us, or do you see him just add in on like 5 years, 6 years?
I think this season is going to be very important for Hershon to understand our business really deeply from the inside, and to know what makes our guests tick and what drives our attendance and whatnot. I still think they're very aware of what a coaster brings, you know, the pop-up attendance and stuff that comes with it, but they also are very familiar with what it takes to, for example, add in a festival, extend the season, have the season pass price be worth more, so that maybe it costs more, but you get more with it, so that higher cost could then pay for something like a coaster. You know, it's like a business sort of quandary, trying to figure out what makes the most sense, and they have done a great job of mastering it at Dollywood for sure. So maybe not every 2 years, but I wouldn't say, let's say never say never. Let's say we definitely have some room to grow to build up in the market for sure. Yes.
So has Hershon ever looked at the possibility now that they have purchased Kentucky Kingdom?
Yes.
They have 3 major parks side by side with each other. Do you see them, or they even talk
Oh, like having
a multi-park pass like Cedar Fair does now at this point?
That's a good question. I haven't heard any discussion of that, but I agree. It makes sense to me.
I feel like that would bring more people in
Yeah,
to the park,
sure.
and honestly, I would pay for that just to go to Dollywood.
Absolutely. That's a good point. Good idea. You should email Craig. I'm just kidding. I'll tell him you said.
So with the person being such family oriented, are we gonna get a lot more shows, do you think?
Oh, absolutely.
I mean, we don't have.
You're right. I'll say to this RV. Our entertainment lineup has room to grow. So I would absolutely foresee that on the horizon. Don't know that it's going to be crazy this year. We still got to get through the COVID, but once we can start packing theaters and in a safe way and getting that high volume of people to see it, I would imagine some streetmospheres sort of things and really amping it up. And that's where we're looking at making creative members we're competing from 2 to 92. And so that's where we really need to capitalize as more of the grandparent, more of the some of the older generation, the people who don't come for the coasters, which I know is crazy. Some people don't come for those. But yes.
Any funny hench toys?
Any funny?
Hench toys?
Yeah. Let's see. Yeah, I got one. Some of them are like only the kind that you would share in an intimate setting. So this was like a couple years ago. It was like late night. We had one of the buyouts of the park, and it was actually an evening buyout. And it was like almost midnight, and he was like sitting in the office. And he was like, "Go get me one of those red things." He was like, "Bring me one of those frozen red things." And icy. Like, yeah. Is that what it's called? Okay. And he goes, "I've never had one of these before." I said, "Excuse me." It's like, what planet are you from? So he's a character, but he thought it was like the best thing that ever happened. It was like, don't tell my wife. And that was Ed's first icy. That was like 5 years ago. Like operating 3 theme parks had his first icy. Incredible. You could just imagine. He was like,
he doesn't ride
he's like, what's this called again?
Say he doesn't ride roller coasters.
He does not. I've only ever known of like one that he rode, and it was because the governor, it was when he owned Magic Springs, the governor came and like made it ride it. Incredible.
That's my last question. So I guess I'm just asking for like some people and some people not.
Go ahead.
Ocean's a Christian-based company.
Yeah.
Are you guys looking to keep the alcohol deal, or are you guys?
Oh, good question. Yeah. Hershend is all about helping us maximize what we do best. They understand alcohol is part of our business. So they're all in. They're helping us get more alcohol sponsors and do more and bring more variety than we even had before. So a lot of, although it's not something they do elsewhere, they understand like it's part of our business and they're gonna help us expand those parts of our business no matter what they may be. So using their buying expertise and their connections across the industry to do so. Go ahead.
Do they have, I know they were talking about in the press release, they have a 5-year plan. Have they came up with the 5-year plan yet? Or is it still kind of like?
I think this year is going to be very important. I think, I'm sure Craig is very smart. I think he naturally, in his brain, kind of has a general idea, but I think they really want to see the numbers and see the park like flowing and where the flow is and where we're missing and like what we need to do and see how in-park spending is so they can really make the best decisions. And that's where some of the survey too, that's going to come in very handy to be able to make those, that 5-year plan happen. But I've heard just some spitball ideas from Craig, and I'm telling you, it's good stuff. Yes.
Staying off of the security question that was asked earlier, is there a current policy in place or plans to put a policy in place that would require an adult to be present with children below a certain age?
Yeah, there is not.
Large groups of juveniles just being dropped off.
Yeah, there's not a plan to put anything like that in place. We really try to be conscious of not penalizing the mass for the few people who are not conducive. So, I would hate, like especially looking back at my teens when I was 15, I was responsible and I was good, and you could have dropped me off and I was going to behave and be a good little, go ride my coasters, eat my pretzel, and be nice. So I would hate to insert policies that are designed to be good for everybody, but end up penalizing people who do a great job of following the rules and do everything they're supposed to do. It's also something that we understand that parents don't swim in the wave pool with their kids a lot. They might, but at what point are, a lot of parents come here and they may let their teens go ride Storm Chaser while they go to the water park with the little one, and that's okay. And we don't want to create an environment where all of a sudden families can't come in and
separate.
Yeah, we don't want to make it so that it's just an unbearable experience for everyone, but we understand the challenges of being an urban park and are just dedicated to solving that rather than creating policies that will then impact everybody when we're really only trying to fix one little thing of it. So it's a tough balance. Not that we haven't looked at, I promise you, we've looked at everything and try to find the best possible way to go about it, but I can assure you it's a very big priority of ours at family-friendly environments.
Yeah, to be specific, I was just referring to getting food paint, not.
Yeah, no, I understand, but yeah, we don't want to. We talked about this. You can, you know, it would be the same. I get what you're saying, and I promise it's on our radar, and we'll continue to. I think it's only we have a very low tolerance for anybody who doesn't fit in with our family-friendly environment. And we'll continue to be that way. And I encourage you, anytime you're here, if you see anything, please report it to a staff member. Report it to a team member, a public safety officer. We'll take care of it. I promise you. We call, one of my favorite things is to call a parent and let them know if it's not what's done. It's one of my favorite things. I enjoy educating the youth in the community. It's a good time. Good question. I understand your concern, but I promise we got you.
Thank you.
Anything else? What else we got? Anything more fun?
Gary, I may have
No, go ahead.
it was the first round bringing back the Halloween event.
We don't have any anticipation of doing Halloween in 2021. However, I would be shocked if we don't bring it back at some point. I do think it'll be reimagined from what we did previous, because I think what we found is that Louisville is one of the largest Halloween house population per capita. So the amount of haunted houses we have per person in Louisville is like top 5 in the country. Weird, I know.
We have our own foundation, Louisville Halloween Foundation.
Yeah, so it's a big deal around here, so it's hard to be competitive in that market. But what we found is, you know what families want to do? They want to come out to Kentucky Kingdom and have a family version of Halloween. And so how do we capitalize on that, and how do we do that so that you're getting your night rides, you're getting a fun experience Halloween that brings a lot of value, and that could, that could food, drinks, the whole shebang. But how do we maximize on the actual audience that we're getting? Because I don't think that even if we do something scary, that's who's coming. It's people who want to be in the park and they want to experience Kentucky Kingdom in Halloween, and that's what we want to do. And so being more conscious of that and finding something that makes sense for our market and our guests. So probably no more bloody scary Halloween on the back of all of our shirts. Probably not that. Maybe not none of them, but maybe like 3 and a half. There were like 5-year-olds going to the haunted house and like, yeah.
I know you guys still have merchandise from Hall Springs. Will you guys be able to bring that back out this year, for people to purchase, to get it out?
You gonna buy it?
Yes, I would love to buy most of it.
I'll text you.
But even,
Yeah.
I will say, even the season pass for people have begged and said, please bring some of it back, because they didn't get a chance to buy it.
Okay, sure. Yeah, let me see what I can do.
Like, they really said they would love to, like, buy more.
There are some things that we have that, like, on Hershey standards, I don't know that we can. Because, like, like gory, bloody figurines and things that nobody wants. But, like, the actual, like, branded merch, like, what you're wearing,
hoodies,
yeah.
like, whatever you want, the hoodies. Some people wanted the shirts with the clown on it. Some people wanted, I think there was some stuffed animals.
Oh my God, we should sell the team member shirts. Yeah, I'll see what I can do. It's sitting on a pallet in the warehouse at the top, so yeah.
It's a memory. I'm not gonna.
Yeah, absolutely.
It was a lot of fun.
I think we will. We're gonna try to get open. We might bring some of that stuff out in like September or August. Have it out towards the end of the season. We've also looked at maybe possibly selling it online on our website, shipping it out. But yeah, so I'll figure something. I've definitely got it. I'll figure out a way to get it out. Yeah.
Can we please work on this year? Please get patches for all the groceries. I collect patches, and like every park you go to has a patch of at least something. And you guys haven't sold patches in 2 years.
And collect your pins.
That is something that's me personally requesting, I'd love to see is more practice of the well.
Yeah, I'm with it, I got a big inventory to get through. One of our former retail and games managers from back in the day really bought everything in quantities of thousands, so that was really a mistake. I got like 4,000 wine boxes in the warehouse of the same design if anybody wants to. But once we get through, that's gonna open us up. I totally hear you. I'll do the best I can for this year, but I hear you and keep telling us, all right, until we get it done. If you're gonna come buy it, heck yeah, I'm gonna sell it. Yeah, absolutely. Also, any other questions? You guys ready for your very own wooden coaster?